Cy, August, Jalen, Desjuan.
Spielberg. What kind of name is that for a kid from the hood?
I don't know.
Hey,
Rodriguez.
this is a true story. I had a youth pastor friend in the Assemblies of God a number of years ago. His brother was a detective in Richmond. Arrested these two twin brothers for cocaine possession. Okay, so went to book them. The one's name was Orangelo. The other one's name was Lemangelo. And no lie, it was spelled orange jello and lemon jello.
No way.
Yes.
Wow.
Is that the hood or what?
Alright, you want to go? I guess we could go on the air now. I think we're live. So.
Are we live or recorded right now? Okay.
Welcome, Conquer fans out there. We here have the boys varsity contest, 10:30 a.m. on court 4 in the adjacent gym. Today's matchup features the Vineyard Bearcats and the Calvary Temple Conquers. Vineyard going to be a formidable foe here, very athletic. What have you seen so far here as I introduce my colleague, Pastor Forbes?
Thank you, Chris. It's good to be with you again today. I'm trying to find my television voice. But
it's still early in the morning, for sure.
But I am no Tony Del Signor. Chris, what I've noticed this morning about Vineyard Bearcats is that they're tall. They appear to be athletic. We won't know until a man-to-man defense is put on them. One thing concerns me a little bit is this is the Vineyard Bearcats A team. There's also a Vineyard Bearcats B team. So is this just a great program that had to split their varsity? Do they have two varsities? We're going to find out in this contest.
We sure are. According to scouting reports everywhere, this is a rec center proclamation. So they bring in kids that are, out on the streets and try to turn them into Christians. So we'll see how that goes here.
Now did you say a rec league reclamation project?
I guess you could go there.
Okay. Well, let's see this.
Let's meet the starters for Vineyard. We got number 0, Rodriguez Williams. Number 1, Cy August. Number 2, Jalen Gordon. Number 10, Josh Partridge. And number 24, Omar Hussein, as we tip it off here to start the semifinal matchup between the Conquers and the Bearcats. Conquers in their man-to-man defense. As number 10, Josh Partridge was off the mark, but the rebound come out to the Bearcats. As you can see, a very athletic team here early, so the Conquers are going to have to be very disciplined as number 2, Jalen Gordon drives and puts up the floater in. Bearcats come out in a man-to-man defense as well. Looks like they're really trying to dog the ball as Ben Gonzalez drives and is off the mark. Battle tipped and taken by the Bearcats. Number 0, Rodriguez Williams, looks like he's limping here into the front court. See how that plays out.
A lot of good switching on defense by Calvary.
Rodriguez drives and is off the mark, and Isaac Rojas gets the rebound.
We're going to find a difficult time cutting through the lane on this one, Chris.
As Elias drives and is off the mark. Conquers in a 5-out offense trying to get cuts to the basket from the perimeter. As number 10, Josh Partridge was in and out there. Bearcats put it up again, that's off. And Ben Gonzalez cleans it up. Caleb drives left-handed. Conquers swing around the perimeter here. looking really for Vineyard to press up on them so they can drive by them as we have a travel out front here.
Garrett just dragged his foot a little bit on that one, Chris. This could play to our strength in that they're playing man-to-man. If we're able to be patient, something's going to open up for a backdoor cut.
Vineyard looks like they're running down screens every time down the floor here against the man-to-man, looking to get open passes on the wings. And we got a 30-second timeout called by the Vineyard Bearcats coach. A woman coaching the men. You don't see that too often.
Yeah, we're not supposed to mention that on the air, are we, Chris? Oh, I forgot. We're in Ohio, Mid-America. We can say things like that.
That's right.
Thank you.
We will keep everything PG for this broadcast. Just a quick 30-second timeout there by the Bearcats. So they'll take it on the side out as number 21, Eli Kolchecker, comes in for the first time for the Bearcats. He replaces number 0, Rodriguez Williams. Great defense there by Ben on the switch on the point guard, and the Conquerors get turnover. Ben drives, kicks it out. Garrett thought about it and then turns it over. Caleb able to recover there. I think Garrett's going to have to take that open jumper off the kickouts if they're collapsing on everyone. As Elias drives and puts it in. Nice drive there by Elias Gonzalez, as the Gonzalez brothers are fired up here early in the game.
Speaking of fired up, Chris, you just hear the Calvary crowd. You know, this is a great place to cheer because of the acoustics in the gym, and I think this is going to be a loud game today.
Very different from the girls' game we watched yesterday.
Yes. Great basketball atmosphere this Friday morning in Mount Vernon, Ohio.
Elias was able to convert the free throw after the foul. So the Conquerors take their first lead of the game here, 3-2, as the Bearcats work it around.
Good tight man-to-man, Chris.
Conquerors
switching on screens, but good tight man-to-man.
Very good defense here in the early going for the Conquerors.
And very disciplined, as you see the Bearcats team run that weave offense. Very good disciplined defense.
As number 10, Josh Partridge, is able to knock down the jumper. Tough shot there. As we're coming up here on the 4-minute mark to go in the first quarter. 5-3 Bearcats lead as Caleb drives and is off the mark.
That's a nice drive. He just found himself underneath the rim on that one.
As Jalen Gordon with a nice sidestep in transition, but wasn't able to finish. Good job by Ben Gonzalez there not to foul. As Elias is called for a travel on the drive. I think the ref thought there were too many limbs flying there, so thought he took one too many steps.
I think it looked like more steps than it was, Chris.
I agree.
But you know, as we talked yesterday after the game, we're doing our best refereeing over here with microphones. They just did give us a whistle.
As a nice cut there by Eli Kolchecker, and he's able to finish.
And we have a line violation.
We do. A silly turnover there by the Conquerors, throwing the ball, and so there will be Bearcats ball underneath. Vineyard Bearcats much more disciplined than I thought coming into this game. They're really running a disciplined offense. The Conquerors playing good defense here, but they're not looking to huck things up from every which way. As we see number 10, Josh Partridge, miss off the mark, and Garrett Gardner with a nice rebound. Conker's pushing in transition here. Conkers work the ball around the perimeter as Ben drives to his left hand, is fouled and finishes.
Nice hesitation by Ben on that one. He used the number 10's athleticism against him that time.
The Bearcats are going to be looking for those block shots all game long, so that pump fake is going to be a huge key for the Conkers.
We just have to make sure on those pump fakes that we don't take an extra step. But of course, here's Ben again. He's money from the foul line, Chris.
Conkers have 6 points in the game now, as all 6 points have come from 3 points the old-fashioned way with the and ones. As we see number 21, Eli Kolchecker, miss off the drive, and Ben Gonzalez cleaning up on the glass. His rebounding has really improved this year. As Ben drives and is called for an offensive foul there.
He was just a little bit out of control on that one. Those cuts to the basket are there, but we have to make sure that we're under control.
Next time, look for him to come to a jump stop there and kick the ball, or take the little jumper before plowing into the defender.
Yes.
As the Bearcats are off the mark, Caleb is fouled from behind. Nice job by Caleb there to cut off the defender as he was trying to reach from behind to pick up the foul. That was on number 2, Jalen Gordon. So we're a little under 2 minutes here to go. Bearcat 7, Conker 6. As we see a turnover and a run out here. As number 10, Josh Partridge, is off the mark. Wow. The rebound tipped, and that was taken by the Bearcats.
That ball was pulled out of the scrum over there. You know, scrum is a rugby term, Chris. Just a little bit of education for you here on this Friday morning.
Oh, thank you for that. Learn something new every day, don't you? As Elias on the reverse is off the mark, and the rebound taken by Jacob Bauman, who has seen his first action of the game here. Jacob Bauman on the scouting report listed as 6'6". As we had a cut there, that is out to the Conkers. As we see Rodriguez Williams re-enter the game here.
It looks like Bearcats going to set up in a press. Coach Hagelin calls the boys in to help each other.
Looked like just a little full court man, just wanted to get a little pressure on the ball. So the Conkers are able to work around. We're under a minute here to go. Bearcats lead 9-6. As you see Ben Gonzalez drive to Caleb, who lost the ball. And that is number 3, Desjuan Townsend, who's seeing his first action of the game, able to lay it up. And we got a steal.
Referee's missed an obvious walk on that one.
My partner got a little excited there on the travel as that ends the first quarter with the Bearcats leading 11-6. A frantic finish to the quarter there as we had looked like a foul from behind and then a travel recovering the ball.
Jeff Hagelin, our pastor Jeff Hagelin, was asking for some, basically he looked for the excuse from the referee on that one, Chris. There is no excuse. That was clearly a missed call on that travel. What
adjustments do you see the Conkers having to make as we head here into the second quarter? down 5.
Well, I think they're doing the right things. The fast break hurts us. We haven't been able to get any fast break points, but yet they've gotten, I think, 2 or 3 baskets off of that.
Conker's certainly going to have to get back in transition. Bearcats really playing a pressure man-to-man defense, so I'd like to see a couple more backdoor cuts and look for the layups off of that. Defensively, the Conker's really going to have to get back off any sort of turnover or missed shot.
I like what you're saying about the backdoor cuts. The guys who typically don't create their own offense, they can get the points by cutting away from the ball or coming to the ball up the lane, but backdoor cuts I think will be the most productive.
As you see the ball inbounded here to start the second quarter, Conker's down 5. As you see Vineyard really pressing up on Elias there. He's able to go right around and lay the ball in. Nice strong move from Elias there, going to his left hand. As we see number 21, Eli Koltchecker, miss from 3 there.
Wise decision by Elias to give the ball up on that. It's good rebound and wise decision out top.
Ben loses the ball, but Garrett is able to recover. As the
Bearcats have really pushed us out on this man-to-man.
Ben drives to his right hand, is able to put it up and in. Nice move from Ben Gonzalez. As the Conkers have cut it to 1 point here with 7 minutes to go in the second quarter.
You can hear the appreciation of the fans on that one, Chris. I think the fans can really help us in this game.
They're going to have to carry us home, especially if it's a close game coming down the stretch here.
Yes.
It looks like the Bearcats are getting a little frustrated on their cuts here. Conker's really taking them out of what they like to do in the man-to-man. As you see Rodriguez Williams drive, and he's off the mark. Great defense by Ben Gonzalez there to just have his hands straight up and not reach down at all to commit the foul.
That was a good no call by the referees.
As we see Ben drive to his right hand again, and he's fouled and will shoot 2. Ben really going strong to his right hand here. Doesn't seem the Bearcats have learned to try to shade him to his left away from the middle.
And that time, the aggressor won that contest. I think, again, the Bearcats thought they'd be able to block the shot, but him pushing it strong, that'll be a strength. Those lanes are open for us, Chris.
Yeah, you're not going to see many three-point shots from the Conkers in this game, as the Bearcats are really playing that hard. So it's going to be the backdoor cuts and the strong drives to the rim, as Ben Gonzalez is able to make both free throws there. And the Conkers take their first lead of the game here, 12-11, as you see number 24, Omar Hussein, miss. But number 25 there, Jacob Bauman, is able to get the rebound and gets fouled. Looks like that one is on Elias Gonzalez. First free throw is up and good. So we got here a tie game, 12-12 with 7 minutes to go. Both free throws good by Jacob Bauman there. Bearcats retake the lead. As Elias is fouled there on the cut. Nice cut there by Elias. Just
foul on number 24.
That's Omar Hussein. As Ben drives to his left baseline, just misses. And Omar is there to corral the rebound.
Again, a series of down cuts by the Bearcats.
They get a post entry there to the tall kid, Jacob Bauman, who's off, but the rebound again taken by the Bearcats. As you see there, number 2, Jalen Gordon with the miss, and then over the back call there.
Another one by number 25, his second foul, Chris.
Nice block out there by the Conkers. The Bearcats really attack the offensive glass hard, so if the Conkers are able to block out, they're going to get a bunch of those over the back calls. As you see, the Conkers work the ball around here on the perimeter, and we have a foul on the pass. That was number 10, Josh Partridge. And the Conkers able to get to the bonus here early in the second quarter with 5 minutes to go. They'll be shooting 1-1 the rest of the way. That could be a big advantage here in this first half.
We just have to make sure we convert these, Chris.
Isaac Rojas misses the front end of the 1-1 there. Little high ball screen action there by the Bearcats. They're able to push number 10, Josh Partridge, away from the rim. Great defense there by Isaac Rojas.
Good defense, Chris. Calvary created the turnover by a real tight man-to-man defense.
He really pressured the ball there hard off the switch on the ball screen and forced the errant pass. Josh Partridge is definitely the Bearcats shooter, so really attacking him off the pick and roll is going to be key. As you see, Ben Gonzalez drive once again to his right hand down the middle and put it in. And we have a timeout by the Bearcats. That's a full timeout there, and the Conkers have the lead here 14-13 with 4 minutes to go. Once again here, 14-13 Conkers, 4 minutes to go in the second quarter. What has Calvary done to kind of flip this game from the first quarter?
Well, the Bearcats aren't getting any fast break opportunities, okay? We're playing hard on the offense boards, being able to get back, and they have such a good tight man-to-man defense here, switching on screens when necessary. They're pressuring the Bearcats like I'm not sure if they're used to getting pressured, Chris. And that's because I've never watched them play.
I'm sure they went undefeated this year, right?
We'll have to check with the statistician on that one, Chris.
Once again, we'll give a shout out here while we got a moment to our statistician who's running everything for you back home, Timmy Tyndall, keeping the score bug and the time up on the screen there for you, as well as our man Luke Daughtry behind camera. He's got his new fiance there by his side holding his hand as he does the camera for you. So if you see any errors, just blame that.
Fortunately, he only needs one hand to work that camera, Chris, and he's doing just a great job.
Could he do a better job with two hands though?
I don't think so. He is in his element right now.
As you see, number 24 there, Omar Hussein missed the baseline jumper.
It's a great rebound by Caleb Cornwall on that one, Chris.
Conkers really spreading out the Bearcats here to attack those driving lanes as we have a held ball. I'm not sure 25.
Ball should go to the Bearcats on this one, Chris. We just had it to the start for the start of the second quarter.
Indeed it does, as you see the Bearcats with the ball. I'm not sure number 25, Jacob Bauman, is used to guarding people so far out on the three-point line. Doesn't seem really comfortable guarding a guy like Ben Gonzalez who can take him off the dribble from that far out.
We've done a good job of protecting the ball on offense. We haven't had any turnovers at this stage of the game. We had a few at the beginning.
As we see an offensive foul here. Looks like that's on Isaac Rojas. A moving screen. If you're going to have turnovers, though, you want the dead ball turnovers like that. You would rather have a whistle there to stop their momentum from fast breaking than a live ball turnover where they're able to steal and get out in transition.
Yes.
And we have another offensive foul here. Looks like that.
Rojas earned that one. He set and the other guy went into him. I think after Isaac's foul, Coach Hagelin coached him a little bit, and that time he was in position and the other guy fouled him. That's a good piece of coaching and some good taking to heart that instruction.
That foul was on number 25, Jacob Bauman, as Ben Gonzalez drives. Isaac Rojas used to those scuffles throughout this year, isn't he, Pastor Forbes? We've seen him get into many offensive foul battles.
Block shot that time.
Bearcats out in transition as number 1, Quincy August, is able to knock it down on the pull-up jumper as the Bearcats retake the lead here 15-14 with under 2 minutes to go in the second quarter. As you see Ben spin.
Again, a block shot, this time by number 25.
And a bad pass.
We dodged the bullet on that one, Chris.
Bad pass there by Jalen Gordon. Bearcat had a 2-on-1.
Just led him a little bit far with that pass.
Once again, bringing number 25, Jacob Bauman, away from the rim to guard Ben Gonzalez. Really going to open up those backdoor cuts and driving lanes.
I wonder if at some point if Ben can convert on an outside shot, it'll open things up again for him.
And just right on cue from 3, he's off the mark.
The guy will have to come out now to guard him. That's a good miss, in my opinion, Chris, because now the guy just can't sit back on his heels waiting for the drive.
As you see a little cross-screen action by the Bearcats. And
that's good inside out, Chris, where from the lower block, having been double teamed, there was an open man coming right down the lane for a little floater.
That was Jalen Gordon converting on the short jumper as the Bearcats have stretched their lead to 3 as we hold under a minute here to go in the first half. Looks like the Conkers are going to hold for the final shot as they're spreading everyone out here on the perimeter. Conkers have to be careful not to turn the ball over here at the end of the quarter. As you see Caleb drive, kick to Ben, who is fouled on the drive.
That's number 3 on third foul on number 25.
He'll have to come out of the game here. But just like you were talking about, Ben having taken that three-pointer, 25 was scared of him making that shot, leaned at him, and Ben was able to go right around him and get fouled.
Some very good adjustments made, Chris, and of course, you know, our coaching staff will be able to really tune some things up during halftime, and we'll come out even stronger.
Ben was able to convert 1 of 2 free throws there as he steals the ball.
That's a nice try there right at the end of the first half.
Great play by Ben. Wasn't able to get the shot off in time, but was able to prevent the Bearcats from getting a shot of their own off as we head into halftime here. Bearcats leading 17-15 at half. What adjustments do you see by both teams here having to come out of halftime?
Well, Chris, let's speak directly to the camera on this one.
As you can see us live here from Mount Vernon, Ohio. Did you get the Java Hut coffee on your way over here today?
I'm glad you brought that up, Chris. You know, we had Joel Carlson back in Sterling that was trying to encourage us to frequent a Canadian-owned chain for coffee yesterday, Tim Hortons. Went yesterday and had their dark roast coffee, and it was very, very good. Had a chance to share with the guy behind the counter. And, of course, the two grandsons each got 2 Timbits, which are a lot better than Dunkin' Donuts little donut holes.
Now, was the guy behind the counter sleeping like they were at Java Hut Coffee?
No, at this Canadian-owned chain, this time the young man was not asleep, but they were a lot busier this time. But I really like their coffee. Their dark roast, I think I'd put it just a little bit above the Starbucks Pike Place.
Okay, okay. Was it better than the Java Hut Coffee?
Actually, it was better than the Java Hut Coffee, and it was more awake. We'll just put it down. The coffee was more awake than it was at Java Hut yesterday.
That's good to hear, and we're glad you're awake and with us today here live on the air.
Yeah, in fact, I'm a bit nervous. I think it was that 3rd cup of coffee I had this morning, Chris.
No wonder you're so amped here.
Oh, plus it's a great game. Look at the atmosphere. Oh, of course, you can't see it, folks, because it's directly at us. But take our word for it. This is a basketball atmosphere, Chris.
Indeed it is, as we have the Bearcats leading 17-15. Now, you wanted to give a commercial for Tim Hortons there. Do you have anything else to say to them in your advertisement?
You know, Dairy Queen was very good yesterday also. I got the medium chocolate cone like I always do, but it's very good.
As opposed to vanilla?
Well, it's always a chocolate cone,
okay.
Medium. So,
okay.
So you have medium as opposed to vanilla. Yes.
No large vanillas here for Pastor Forbes.
Medium chocolate every time.
I think we have gone off the rails here far enough. We'll be back on the air with you in a few minutes as we're getting ready to start the 3rd quarter.
So for those of you who know us and those of you who don't, he's Chris and I'm Pastor Forbes. Let's take a break.
Not Chris.
And neither am I Chris. Well, folks, as we're preparing for the second half, I just want to show you something. This is a picture on Olivia's phone. I don't know if you can see it there at home, but it's Grayson sitting there with a whole box of little Timbits at Tim Hortons. Take it from Grayson, okay? If you don't believe me, take it from Grayson. He loves those Timbits. Just a couple minutes before this second half starts, and so we'll be back to you, Chris and Pastor Ford, in just a couple of moments. Thank you. We're having a good time over here.
Oh, I bet. So loud and
Yeah. Totally unlike yesterday's Rose game. That was a hard game to play because of I don't know how this team got in our draw. They have two teams. And Christensen, they're not even a Christian school. This is a rec team.
yeah, I know. They're like maybe
But we
something
can beat
you
them.
say.
Yeah, like Timbits.
You showed them on the camera.
Welcome back, Calvary fans, as we're just anticipating the ball being thrown in at the start of the second half. We got the referees just preparing themselves now at the scoring table. It looks like all statistics and scorebooks are the same, so we're ready to start this third quarter.
Once again, Bearcats leading here 17-15 here to start the quarter. Looks like they might be changing out the game ball. At the halftime, I had the referee ask me what we were doing over here. So
did you tell him this is an audition for Sports Center?
It could be. It could be.
I'm glad our people are able to.
As you see, Ben.
Nice jump stop by Ben Gonzalez.
They were overplaying to his right there based on what they had seen in the first half, and was able to take number 10 Josh Partridge off the dribble to his left hand that time.
Now, Chris, did you notice the number 25 is out of the game right now, having those 3 fouls?
All knotted up here in the third quarter.
Another real high weave play. Far away from the basket by the Bearcats.
So we have a nice cut there by number 2, Jalen Gordon, who misses, gets his own rebound and misses again. And
Good
Elias
heads-up play by Elias
Gonzalez
Gonzalez on that one.
able to stay away from the traffic. As you see Isaac Rojas throw the ball away, and we got a jump ball. And
Ball
because
go to the
Conkers,
Bearcats on this one.
exactly, Conkers brought the ball in to start the third.
I think Isaac Rojas brought the ball a little too deep under the trees, and he didn't have anywhere to put the ball. Thankfully, it was a jump ball, so we'll get the next jump ball. That won't hurt us too bad.
See a high screen and roll and weave by the Bearcats. And we got a foul there on Ben Gonzalez. Actually ended up being a good foul because it prevented 2 points there, as number 21, Eli Kolchecker, was into a shot right before the foul occurred. Bearcats without number 25, Jacob Bauman, on the floor. A little smaller out there, trying to get more athletic on the perimeter.
It's a walk.
As we got
That's
a
the
walk.
right call by the referee.
That's Eli Kolchecker. Bearcats smaller and more athletic without 25, Jacob Bauman, out there. But let's see if they're as proficient on the glass. As you see Ben drive left-handed and put it in. Went right around Josh Partridge there.
I
Beautiful
saw a little
move.
bit of ascension on the Bearcats team after that, as one guy lost his assignment. So keep putting that same pressure on them. That's going to help us in this game.
And another turnover there by the Bearcats. And Ben Gonzalez comes out of there
That
with
was
it.
Caleb Cornwall with his hand in there to knock the ball away. Good hustle by Calvary.
Ben drives again, kicks Elias from the corner.
Yes.
It's good. Wow. The Conkers really have come out strong to start the third quarter here. Have opened up a 4-point lead. Oh, a nice dipsy-do move there by
what a
Jalen
sweet move.
Gordon.
That was just a good offensive move there, Chris.
Quiets the crowd there momentarily. As you see Ben drive again and bank it in. Ben Gonzalez here as a senior, really taking over this semifinal game. Wants to play for a championship for the last time.
That's good leadership.
Caleb pokes the ball away, goes for the steal, and now it ends up in a wide open three-pointer for Omar Hussein. A bad gamble there that leads to a wide open three.
Most time it's not good to almost get the ball, Chris.
That cut the lead to 1. Here as Ben looks to attack again and put it in. Ben Gonzalez has fully taken over this game for the Conkers. What adjustments do the Bearcats need to make to Ben driving?
I hope they make none at all, Chris.
That would work to our advantage as we see a little foul here on the perimeter. Looks to be on Caleb Cornwell.
Number 25 is back in game, Chris. I think they put him in there to try to make an adjustment to keep Ben from driving. Hopefully Ben will keep driving at him since the guy has 3 fouls. The guy won't be able to be as aggressive on defense, but let's see how it plays out.
That's right. It also might open up a perimeter shot for Ben. Oh, a nice double team there by Isaac Rojas. 25 caught the ball in the post, went to spin out of the defender, and Isaac was there to double team and poke the ball away. Ben drives to Gonzalez. You see Ben there, offensive rebound. And he's able to dribble out of trouble.
On that one, Chris.
Nearly lost it, able to save it to Caleb, who drives and puts it in.
Nice little baby hook on that one. Kept the ball away from the defender.
Conquerors opened up their biggest lead of the game here. They lead 27-22 with under 4 minutes to go in the third quarter here.
Whoa.
Oh, that was Quincy August for three. Tough shot there.
That was a very, very good downtown shot.
Cuts the Conquer lead to 2. As Ben coming off the screen again, and he gets called for an offensive foul. Jalen Gordon stepping in to take that charge.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was a poor call.
Looked like Ben had sidestepped him and gone right around him.
We're going to check for you to see how many fouls there are on Ben, and we'll get right back to you.
The Conquerors here take a full timeout. That's their first timeout used of the game, so they're going to have a lot of timeouts here coming down the stretch.
Folks, that one was a bit of a stunner. The man stepped in the lane in plenty of time, but he leaned into Ben. Fortunately, Ben has 3 fouls now, not 4. It's always a situation with a team having very little bench, Chris, that the starters do not pick up too many fouls. That's always a concern, but Ben knows how to play under control.
He's going to have to play with his feet on defense, not use his hands, and offensively just be smart when he drives to the hole. He's been carrying the offensive load here, but when he drives, just to come to that jump stop right before impact with the defender.
Yeah, you just can't try too hard. Take what's available and don't try to make something happen, especially with a lead. You just keep playing your game.
The Conquer lead is 2 here, 27-25. As we're under 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. We got a high ball screen offense here, right into a weave by the Bearcats.
Good perimeter defense, Chris.
Desjuan Townsend in the game now for the Bearcats. And the ball is poked away by Ben and taken by Caleb Cornwell, who dribbles it off his foot, and we got a foul there. Looks like that's on Caleb Cornwell. Actually a good foul there after turning the ball over. It looked like it might have saved 2 points there in transition.
Those are kind of things just eat away at momentum though, Chris. Hopefully we won't have to pay for this one after a great defensive play.
They get the ball inside to number 25, Jacob Bauman, who's able to put it in. Looks like they're running a little cross-screen action to get them deeper in the post. How do you think the Conquerors should defend that?
I think they should keep doing what they're doing.
As you see, Isaac Rojas short on his jumper, but the ball stolen by Caleb back. A wild play there by Jalen Gordon in transition.
I think if we keep with our man-to-man defense, we're going to be able to.
Ben Gonzalez short on that jumper, and the rebound taken by Bauman.
That was just tough. A lot of height in there. He just missed that shot. It's awful tough to get that rebound against those real tall guys.
As you see, Quincy August missed the open three-pointer.
You can see the number 25, Chris, is not on Ben any longer. Now he's on Elias.
Looks like the Conquerors really trying to stretch out the Bearcats and make them pressure to half court so they can drive right by them. Looks like Elias is going to have the mismatch off the dribble there from the perimeter, trying to go around 25 Bauman. As we're under 10 seconds here to go in the quarter, Conquerors working for that final shot. Caleb drives and he's called for a travel. So we got 1 second remaining here in the third quarter, tied at 27. Looks like we're just going to have one final heave here before the quarter. As Bauman is short on the full court jumper. So after 3 quarters, it's the Bearcats 27, the Conquerors 27. Heading into the final quarter all knotted up. Wow, we're going to be in for quite a finish here, aren't we?
Yeah, you know, the Conquerors won that quarter by 2 points. But against a team like this, this is going to go down the last minute, I believe, Chris, maybe even the last seconds. We just have to keep our composure, keep playing disciplined, follow everything our coaches say, because we're going up against a team that's deeper, has more skilled players, but we're playing our game right now.
We really are. And the Conquerors, that experience yesterday they got having to play a tight game, close game, do you think that carries over at all into today?
I believe it will. Experience is something that accumulates. And so it's always good when you can get experience in difficult situations. It makes you better.
Yeah, for the Conquerors here, as we head into the fourth quarter, having played in a lot of close games, I believe they will keep their composure down the stretch here.
I believe they will, because our coaches know if they start getting rattled, our coaches know how to calm them down and, if necessary, take a very wise timeout.
And as Ben has done all game, look for him to carry the Conquerors here down the stretch with that senior leadership, keeping everybody calm in their right position, and really use his experience to carry the Conquerors home here.
And you see, Chris, because of that one jump ball underneath our basket, Conquerors are able now to start this fourth quarter with the ball. Ball into Caleb Cornwell, and we're in the fourth quarter here, folks.
Conquerors working the ball around the perimeter in their 5-out offense. As we see a nice backdoor cut there by Ben. The ball works around to Garrett Gardner, who hits the long two. Conquerors take the lead 29-27. And we got a foul. Uh-oh, looks like that's going to be on Ben Gonzalez. That's his fourth. So Ben going to have to play the last 7.5 minutes here with 4 fouls. Let's see what the Conquerors try to do with them to hide them on defense, as we see number 2, Jalen Gordon, knock down the jumper to tie the game. Who would you put Ben Gonzalez on defensively so that he doesn't pick up that 5th foul?
Well, I think you have to put Elias on number 25, because number 20, they're going to try to get the ball into 25. And so really to protect the ball and protect Ben.
And we got a travel out front there by Ben Gonzalez.
That's one of those pressure moments. We'll shake it off and we'll stay strong.
We're now here under 7 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, tied at 29. Bearcats into their weave here.
And the Conquerors have switched to number 20, Elias back onto 25.
And we got a foul here underneath. That's on Isaac Rojas. Gave a little push to the back there.
Non-shooting foul, so the Bearcats will be bringing the ball in. I like seeing Elias on number 25. I think that protects Ben, and still gives us the aggressiveness we need.
As we see number 10, Josh Partridge miss from 3, but the Bearcats able to corral the offensive rebound. We see Ben Gonzalez there guarding number 2, Jalen Gordon. Number 3, excuse me, Desjuan Towson. Now he switches there on to Jalen Gordon. And Josh Partridge able to put it in, but an offensive foul there. Isaac Rojas able to take it in the chest. Might have gotten away with a little flop there underneath, but a nice defensive play as Josh Partridge picks up the foul.
I always like seeing Isaac's sanctified aggression.
And we see Elias Gonzalez from the perimeter miss. Ben's got to be careful there underneath. And we see the Vineyard Bearcats now bringing the ball, working around the perimeter. That's Desjuan Towson.
Oh my goodness.
For 3, hits the bucket. And the Bearcats retake the lead, 32-29, here under 6 minutes ago in the final quarter. Oh, ball goes through Gonzalez's hand. Oh, a nice pass there by the Bearcats. And a layup by Jalen Gordon. Beautiful ball movement there in transition by the Bearcats as they've opened up a 5-point lead. And we got a timeout by Calvary.
This will be a full timeout, Chris.
Pastor Jeff Heglin wanting to talk things over here, as it looks like the Conkers have gotten a little out of sync there on their offense, and it's led to a couple transition buckets for the Bearcats.
It's turned into a higher speed game, and that doesn't portend well for us, Chris.
Well, the Conkers really want to keep it slow and methodical on offense. Deliberate is the word they like to use. So what do they have to do to get back to that here?
Well, I think first of all, you have to, when somebody drives to the basket, someone has to be our defensive outlet. And when someone drives in, we're clearly not going to be able to get in there for an offensive rebound. So we have to draw at least 1, if not 2 or 3 guys back to stop any fast break opportunities that the Bearcats would have.
Let's see if the Conkers can make that adjustment here. Down 5. Now, with under 6 minutes to play, do you still like the patient game on offense, being down 5, under 6 minutes to go, trying to balance the score with the time here?
Well, the one thing is we don't have a microwave offense. We're going to have to stay with who we are, be patient, but be patient looking. Okay, we're not just sitting back. We're being patient with purpose.
I like that saying there, patient with purpose. As you see Ben Gonzalez drive, left-handed, wow, and nice finish. As we have the foul there on